Alright, I'm back, and I have a new figure here in front of me. This time, I have the War for Cybertron Deluxe Optimus. Yes, I have finally got around to playing the War for Cybertron game, and it is really good. Really, really good. I think it's one of the best Transformers games I think we've ever gotten, in my opinion. So the fact that Hasbro is actually making figures to go alongside the game is even better. Really, really cool. And I really dig this design for Optimus here. It definitely looks very kind of like futuristic, kind of dystopian. All that all that high tech goodness and whatnot. That you would probably expect from a Cybertronian alt mode, but it's still, but there's still like enough kind of like cues and stuff to to make you recognize it as Optimus, which is really cool. So yeah, here he is. This is a deluxe class, so unfortunately don't expect him to be like towering over the other figures and whatnot, but size aside, well, you should not let the size, yeah, the size really is not a problem with this guy, in my opinion. So you can see here, he has, yeah, he's in his Cybertronian truck mode here, giving you a little spin so you can see all the different details, like the smokestacks, which you can kind of move around. The wheels are nice, painted nice silver, and there's like a little, yeah, like a little red trim around the wheels as well. That's pretty cool because I think he had a bit that kind of glowed from the wheels in game, so that's really cool. And yeah, really, really nice. Of course, he rolls very, very well as well there. And yeah, he does come with a weapon. I have it just kind of stored on the top of truck mode here. So if you really don't like the way that looks, you can just take the weapon off entirely and have a bit of a cleaner alt mode if you so desire. So. That being said, that's essentially everything here. Here's how the top looks. Here's the bottom. There's his head right there. Yeah, there's not really anything else this guy does in vehicle mode, so I think I should go ahead and transform him now. So, transforming this guy is, he's actually quite a bit more complex than I was expecting, and I'm actually very pleasantly surprised by that because, well, I'm going to be honest with you, with some of these Dark of the Moon figures that are coming out, I have really been not interested in picking up much of any of those figures because not only do they look way smaller than they need to be, but it's just, I don't know, it's just not really looking as good compared to what we had before, but this is just as good as, as like the, as like the Revenge of the Fallen stuff in terms of complexity and whatnot, so, enough rambling there. To transform this guy, first thing you want to do is you want to take this section here and just kind of swing it around like so that just kind of rests up against this panel. Let me get some better light on this guy. There we go. And yeah, so next up we're going to take, let me take my camera here, move that up a bit. There we go. So you want to take this section right here from the front, and this is going to kind of just kind of swing out like so. And then also I recommend you shift it forward a bit and then actually grab a hold of it and then get this piece to shift out as well, because we're going to be doing more with this later. So, after you got that going, you can take these little sections from the front of the truck here, and pull them off the bumper, and just kind of hinge those back like so. So, once you have that, let's grab these little, these blue panels here from the sides, and these actually kind of hook into these sections, so you want to kind of grab a hold of both pieces and give that a little pull so you can separate that like so. So that's how you want that looking there. Once you do that, you want to take this little panel here from both sides and swing that out. You can kind of see there's a lot of swinging with this guy. Very cool. And once we got this kind of mess, next thing we want to do is you want to grab a hold of these arms from down here and kind of just separate them from those blue panels there. Make sure you also do that on both sides before you do anything else. So once you have that, you should be able to kind of move these smokestacks up and out of the way, and then you can take this blue panel and swing it out like so. Again, there's a lot of swinging with this guy. So do the same thing on the other side here, and so once you got it looking like that, you're pretty much on the right track. So from here, I like to kind of grab a hold of like the middle section here and just kind of split the halves further out, because we're going to need some space to work with up here. But for right now though, let's finish up with the legs actually. So we're going to take these little panels from the back and move these down like so. And these leg sections hook onto they kind of hook onto like a section of those gray parts. So I kind of recommend you split it down the middle first like that, and then grab a hold of the leg and just like you kind of did before with other things, give it a bit of a pull. You can also move that panel further in if it's being troublesome. So there we go. We can swing that leg out like so. Let's do the same here. Yeah, you can see it better. See, this section hooks into that gap there. So keep that in mind for really any mode you're trying to get him in or out of. So there we go. Give that a little pull. Mine's a little tricky because this guy's kind of brand new, so things are nice and tight as they should be. And then from here, you want to take the back of the leg and pull the back of the upper leg and kind of give that a nice pull, and that'll kind of extend this section to kind of give him more some better kind of proportions and stuff. So once you got that, I'm going to take that blue panel down, actually, because we need to take these wheels and swing these around like so that they rest on the back of the leg. And once you do that, you can just take that panel again and just now put it all the way up. A step that I noticed a couple people have missed is that you can actually take the smokestack and spin it around so that you can nicely tab it onto the side of the leg so it doesn't flop around or anything. You can take the knee pad here, swing that down to complete that part of the leg, and then take the foot, move that down, and then take the back of his foot and shift it back like so. And there you have a leg all done. So from there, much the same. Pull that leg section out like so. Don't forget to put this back briefly just so you can get those wheels like that. Move the blue piece back up, and once again spin the smokestack around and let that nicely tab to the side of the leg. Take the little knee guard here, swing that in, move the foot down, take the back of the foot and shift it back. And once you got that, just kind of position them legs a little bit, and that's pretty much everything for the legs. Those are all done. Now we can focus our attention on his upper half. So from here, now that we got a nice amount of space to work with, things should be a little easier, a little bit. So what we're going to do, we're going to take, let's see here, this section needs to be a bit out of the way because these arms need to, kind of swing up like this. Because what we're going to do is this section is actually going to swing back like that on both sides to give it more game accurate details, which is really cool. And once you got that, now you can take the arm and swing it up so it's a bit out of the way for what we're going to do next here. Take those little sections from the front of the truck, swing those out, and then make sure that's moved down as well. So right here, you need to do a bit like a spin thing. So you need to grab this section, and you need to swing it around to the back. Sometimes it'll also want to move the front with it, so I recommend you grab a hold of that section so that this piece is now on the back like so. So once you have that, just kind of shift that up a bit, and now we're going to take the chest and swing this around. Again, there's a lot of swinging on this figure. And now you can take the lower chest and the waist here and kind of just collapse that in on itself. And then you can take what was the bumper of the truck, swing that down, and that will nicely tab into the waist to complete his chest. You can also take these little side bits here and move those in like so. And take his head, just kind of tab that down and into place. And now to finish up with the arms, you're going to swing them around so the Autobot logo is facing forward. Swing his lower arm so it's facing this way. You want the silver bit facing outwards, and then just reach in and rotate his hand out like so. And so collapse that in on itself a bit, and now you can take that section from earlier and just swing that down, and then you can take this piece and swing that up, and that will just it doesn't tab in, unfortunately, but it does relatively nicely sit there. So do the same thing on the other side here. Just swing the arm around, just really just position it, to where it looks natural. This is the easiest part of the whole transformation right here. So move that little section down, and then also take this piece and swing it up. And lastly, well, to show this real quick, he does actually have like a bit of like a molded Autobot logo back there, which is pretty cool, but considering how this guy transforms, you're not really going to see that when we wrap things up here. So it's cool, but maybe a bit unnecessary? I don't know. Anyway, so just take this back piece, hinge it down, and then just kind of swing it up like so. I kind of recommend you don't do this, because if you do this, you're not going to really get any range of motion on the head. But there is a tab right here that can tab into the back of the head if you really need that staying in place. But personally, at the time of recording this guy is still very new, so for the most part, things stay nicely where they should be. So I also like to take this piece and hinge that in like so. So he's got like a little bit of like a kind of skirt thing going there. That also kind of keeps more junk from hanging off the back. So that's how you kind of want that looking. So once you have that, and just kind of position him around to your liking, he is essentially done. And yeah, this guy is really cool. He, as you saw from the transformation there, he is very complex, and again makes for a nice looking robot mode and vehicle mode. So if you liked how those Revenge of the Fallen figures transformed, you're definitely going to enjoy this guy a crap ton. So that being said, transformation's all done, and now I'll give you a bit of a look of his details here. Yeah, again, you can. I really don't want to tab that in. I'm just gonna leave it there. But yeah, so he's got some nice paints for the most part. He does still have a lot of gray, but he is a deluxe class, so as I would often say, it's best to not expect too much paint-wise for something that's $20. So articulation, his head can move all the way around, can look down a bit, can look up. Again, if you tab that piece in, it's just going to be static, so keep that in mind. Shoulders move out that far, and arms, yeah, they can move a bit of they can move 360 like so, if you're okay with pieces moving around a little bit. Of course, he's got a bend at the elbow. He actually has wrist movement, which is kind of nice. Nothing at the waist due to how he transforms, which again, super complex transformation. I wouldn't be too rough on that. And yeah, so nothing at the waist, but the legs can move forward a bit, maybe if you untab this section a bit, you can. No, that still kind of bumps into stuff. So, okay, so he does have a bit of a limited leg movement from forward and back. So that does kind of stink a little bit. Maybe if you position the back kibble a little bit differently, you might get a little bit more range. But yeah, it's whatever. Of course, it bends at the knee, and the feet are on these like really tight ball joints, so you can get them kind of moving all the way around, which is kind of nice. So that's articulation there, and the last thing to do is to bring in his weapon here. So he comes with this little thing right here, and you can actually if you lift his little clip thing up, you can actually kind of compress it in on itself. So so like in vehicle mode, you might be able to store it. You might be able to store it like this. Or you know, like of course, like with it in its normal kind of look here, he can hold it no problem. But what I actually just kind of like to do is I actually like to keep it folded up like this, and there is actually a spot on the back of his wheel here that you can plug this into, and with that you can actually kind of give him a shoulder little like shoulder cannon thing, which I think is kind of cool. You know, I mean, it's yeah, it might not really be much of a Optimus thing to do, but I mean, you know, still, you know, with the war going on Cybertron, you know, you kind of need as much stuff as you can get. So so yeah, there he is. He's really good. As I said, if you like those Revenge of the Fallen transformations and whatnot, both modes look really good. He does unfortunately have slightly limited articulation in the legs and in the head if you fully tab in that back piece. So, it is what it is. But you know, this is a $20 deluxe, and the fact that it even looks this good in general is really impressive to me. So. Just give you one little spin here just so you can see everything one last time. And yeah, that is now everything. So hope this was enjoyable and informative.